All right, here I'm going to show the double L templates and the hash mark templates. I'm going to got the kind of made up like it would be on the ice. Frozen dots are already in place. The the big circles are already in place. I know this isn't exactly to scale, but we're in the shop, so you got your frozen dots in place, all four of them, and the face-off circles are already all frozen into place. You've taken a string line, and this silver line is mimicking a frozen string through the face-off dot, right dead center, and that's what that black mark is. 10 feet or so past the dot, all the way down to the other end of the rink, which I can't show that, through the face-off dot and the other end of the rink, 10 feet past. So you've got a string all the way down the rink, through the face-off dot lengthwise, through the center of the face-off dot at the other end, 10 feet past. Once that's frozen in, then you take your tape measure and you measure off the end of the dot 12 inches. Okay, so you set your tape there, you make a little mark on the ice at 12 inches by the face-off, or on the string, or beside the string that's frozen in. You come to the other side, you make another 12-inch mark. And these measurements are precise. You want them right on the 12 inches. Anything you do on these templates have to be precise, otherwise it throws everything out of square when you're looking at them after you're all done. Okay? So I've got the frozen in string going through the center of the dot. I've got my 12-inch marks on each side of the face-off dot. Then you grab the big template, the long template. That one there, the long narrow one, is the double L's. The one right here, the wider one, is for the hash marks. You don't touch that one for the double L's. This is the only one you need. And if you can see, there's holes through the template. There's holes going lengthwise and there's holes going widthwise. Okay? They're both for a reason. Now your second person is going to grab the template lengthwise. Doesn't matter where the cross holes are, but you just want lengthwise. And I'm going to set the logo right on my 12-inch mark, right there on the ice. Right dead nuts perfect. And then I'm going to hold it so that the frozen line on the ice is seen through all the holes of the template. I'm doing it in silver. Your string is going to be orange, but you can see the silver shows up all the way. That makes it square. Okay? Once you've got that done, you're ready to draw the lengthwise portion of the double L. You take your marker on the ice and you make it right at the corner. Nothing past, nothing short. It's got to be perfect, and you draw a line. You go to the other side of the template, right at the corner, and you draw a line. And you've got to be precise starting that right at the corner, because if you don't, it's going to be off. 1/4 of an inch off will make it look crooked. So then you just take the template and you turn it. And you set the template, and I've got, if you have a look here, I've got the cross lines going to the outside. That is just a reference point where to stop drawing my line. Then I line the template up perfect on this line and right at the corner. It's perfect at the corner where I started, and it's perfect on the black line here. You have to do that to keep it square. If you're off by that much, you're there and then you're there, that's going to make the lines look crooked. That's everybody's issue with double L's and hash marks, is the crookedness. So you put it perfect, you set it perfectly on the black line, at the top, on the line. You go to the cross line where the holes are out, that's your start point, and you draw this. Right there. You make an X here and an X there. That is where your ribbon's going to go. Then you come over to this side and you do the same thing. You take the template, you hold it perfectly on the black line, perfectly at the top, and then you draw your line all the way to that cutout over there. You make an X here and an X there. That's done. If you take a look at it, standing back there, looking this way, you'll see you have a double L. I've got a couple of strips here. You take the short one first, which is 36 inches, and it goes this way. The X shows me where to put it, always to the inside. I put that on the line perfectly. I take the long one now, which is going to be cut at 3'10", because you're allowing for the 2 inches. It's supposed to be 48 inches, but if you take 3'10" plus this 2 inches, you're at 4 feet or 48 inches, okay? So you line those two up, you stand up, and you don't spray anything yet. You don't want to spray that. you want to lay all your double L's down before you move on. So that one's done. You come over here, you set your both strips down, and then you can take your template and go to the other side. And we'll do it again on the other side just so you guys can see. So again, you take the template. I've got my 12-inch mark. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Whoa, let me come back a bit. I've got it right on my 12-inch mark. I can see my string going right through it, and away I go. Then I just go down like this. I make my mark, draw it down, perfectly right on that point. I draw it down, take the logo, I spin it like this. I know I'm out of space, but I'm just giving you an idea. I'm right on my mark, right on that black line, perfect at the top, perfect here, and I draw this line like that. I make my X to the inside, go to the other side, and do the same thing. Line it up perfectly on the black line, perfect, perfect at the top. Draw my line to the cutouts, X, X, place my double L's in. After you get all the double L's in, you don't spray them still. You leave it alone. If you put these now, this strip, you can see I'm right on the line. If I am off by a little bit, imagine what that's going to look like all the way down. It's going to be crooked. So you have to be very careful and put them dead on the line. If you put them dead on the line, when you stand back, you look across, they're going to be perfect. That's very important. Okay, now what we're going to do, that's the double L's. Now we're going to do the hash marks. What we do here, say you pull your string up. You're going to run a string from widthwise from boards to boards. Okay, I don't have a string pulled here, but or a line drawn. But we're going to imagine we have a line, and I'm going to use, this is my center line. That's my center line. I've got a line going all the way, the string all the way through the dot, through the edge of the circle, all the way to the other half of the ring. Then what you do is you take this template. Okay. Actually, no, this is a one-man job. Sorry, this is a one-man job. All I'm doing, you can see I've got holes through the center of this template. Okay, I don't know if you can see them or not. There's holes right through the center. And you take this down on the outside of the circle, and you just lay it on top of that line that you've got frozen through. Okay? I can see my line all the way through. I pull it up a little bit just so I'm touching the outside of the circle. Then it's as simple as drawing this line, drawing this line. These don't have to be exactly perfect on the end because you're just running a strip. You pull it off, you make an X to the inside. Every X you make is to the inside. If you imagine these being 2 feet long, then what you do, you just lay that in here on that line perfectly. Again, you have to be perfect on the line, overlapping the circle a little bit, coming over to this one, same thing, just overlapping a little bit, trying to keep it even on the overlap, and you're done. Spray them, don't spray them in. You've got everything down now on this side and that side. Then, when you've got everything laid down that you think is square, you have a look. You stand here and you take a look. Wow, everything's square. Everything's perfect. If that's the case, go to the other side, look back the other way. If that's good, then you can spray everything down. Then you're done. If you're off by a little bit, go back and just make sure that you have those strips perfectly on that line. You'll find that if it's out of square or crooked, looking at it, it's 90% of the time because you either drew your template off square or your strips are not perfect. That's it.